So I have just seen something that interests me a great deal. That sounds like it could be the most interesting thing to spin out of the Ultimate Marvel Universe. And to be honest, I've been loving everything from the Ultimate Universe. Every Ultimate book I think has been great. I think has been good to great. Actually, I think the weakest one of the three, which is Ultimates, is still fantastic. The weakest one of the three that I'm reading. I'm not reading Ultimate X-Men just because I'm staying away from X stuff, which will sound silly with the next thing that I say, or what's just been revealed, which is a hole in my thing. But I'm staying away from X-Men both in the main Marvel universe and not that I think X-Men is necessarily a, not that I think Ultimate X-Men necessarily is bad, but I've heard only good things. Peach Momoko does not appeal to me. That art style doesn't really appeal to me in any real way. Not anything against it. You can like what you like. And I know a lot of people do really like that because it's different. Because it doesn't look like any other book on the shelf. And that's great. And the people that do like it, more power to you. I just... It's not my personal cup of tea. But, if you're enjoying that book, you're allowed to enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that art style. Black Panther has been consistently great, and I'm catching up with Ultimate Spider-Man at the moment, and it's a slow burn, but nothing. Technically, it's a slow burn because there hasn't been much in the way of action. It's not bombastic. The last two episodes, there's been no Spider-Man. Like the last two issues, not episodes. What am I talking about? Not TV show. The last two issues of Ultimate Spider-Man that I've read have been Pete, Harry, Mary Jane, and Gwen Stacy, and Gwen, eating dinner at a restaurant for the whole issue, and it's great. The next issue some was some backstory on Harry that I feel like that I really liked. My only problem with Amazing Spider-Man, and why I say that I think Black Panther has been better so far, consistent art. I know that Marco Cicchetto needs time, and when it is Marco Cicchetto, he blows it out of the park every time. He is one of the premier artists working at Marvel. It's him, Pepe Larraz, I would put Stefano Caselli up there. I put Nick Klein up there as well. It's been like one of the like gets. Like if you're doing a horror / supernatural book and you get Nick Klein on that book, that is going to be the best looking supernatural book. To the point where I think the next run on Doctor Strange should be Nick Klein. Nick Klein should be drawing it anyway. I don't know who I want to write it. Hickman? I do want to see Hickman just devote time to like a expansive run on Doctor Strange. But no, what I wanted to talk about in detail at length. Silverwind. Just get AoE out the gate. We chose Endless as well, so... King Bible. AoE out the gate. We do also have a thing where we need to defeat a certain amount of bats. We unlock something by... Hey, how's it going? So, I know you're not a Marvel fan. I know you're not a fan of Marvel comics or movies in a big way. But something... Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, it's freaking New York Comic Con. Of course there's big reveals. I haven't been keeping up with this at all. Venom 3's coming out soon. Yeah, I know. So this is a little bit of comic talk for a second. Oh, Marvel Unlimited is getting its most astonishing update. Yeah, Unlimited. Yeah, I'm not worried about Marvel Unlimited stuff. I'm not paying for an app to get. I'm not paying for an app for comics that are going to be of not lesser quality, but are not going to be relevant to overall canon. But just announced Marvel NYCC in February 2025. Jean Grey will fight for the fate of the Phoenix Force in Phoenix issue 8. I have not been reading Phoenix, and apparently there's... Apparently, yeah. But there's been a bit of... controversy around the Phoenix book, because apparently the artist is using AI, or the artist is tracing, which obviously tracing, big no-no in comics. Don't do it. So yeah, I it's not a book that I would read anyway, but knowing that as well, just another reason to steer clear. But she is going to be fighting Thanos, it looks like, from the promotional art that they've given. So if you're interested in that, I still wouldn't, because of the whole tracing debacle. Yeah, but there's a difference between using it for fun and using it for using it in the place of actual work when you work as an artist. Like when in a medium where there's so many people putting out some of the best art we've seen in comics ever. When you got people like Pepe Larraz, people like Marco Cicchetto, who are banging out some of the best looking comics I've ever seen, personally. We've also got upcoming One World Under Doom event begins February 2025 with Ryan North and RB Silver's Rise of Emperor Doom event series, an overarching status quo the likes of which haven't been seen since 2008's Dark Reign. One World Under Doom spins out of Blood Hunt, where Doctor Doom manipulated Doctor Strange into passing him the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme. Oh yeah, spoilers for Blood Hunt, by the way, if you haven't read Blood Hunt and care. One World Under Doom sees Doom accomplish his ultimate goal at last as he uses his new power to take over the entire world. While Doom's reign will be felt across the Marvel Universe, Rise of Emperor Doom will go behind the mask to bear witness to the triumphs and trials of Doom's rule, as well as the foolish attempts to topple it. I love that it's Ryan North doing that. I assume you don't. I assume you don't mind anyway. I've already done a video talking about Blood Hunt, and it's months old at this point as well. If you haven't read it, you're not going to. To be honest, but I love that it's right. I love that it's the creative team on Fantastic Four doing it. I'd love to see. I'm really excited to see Ryan North do a book that isn't tongue-in-cheek, or that isn't. I'd love to see him do more serious, because he has with Doom in his Fantastic Four run. When Doom shows up, his Doom is imposing and serious, and you feel the stakes of when Doom shows up. But it's happened so rarely, and the rest of Ryan North's Fantastic Four run has felt a bit silly, in my opinion. I haven't really felt the stakes of it yet, and it's been mostly one and dones. So it'd be nice to see him get an arc. Well, he's getting an event. But the thing that I'm most excited for, which I'll talk about when we get on the next pickup, or the next level up. What I'm most excited about is Ultimate Wolverine. Ultimate Wolverine, the next ongoing series coming to #Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics Ultimate Universe by Chris Condon, who I've never heard of, and Alessandro Capuccio, who I have heard of, current artist on Moon Knight. Beautiful book, another one of those just workman artists that's putting out some of the best stuff I've seen in comics recently. In order to maintain control of their corner of the Maker's world, 3 members of his council, Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red, deploy their most lethal asset, the Winter Soldier. But who is the weapon behind the mask? That's what I want to know. Please do make yourself known. Say hi in the chat or something. But who is the weapon behind the mask? See him in action for the first time in a prelude one-shot story, Ultimate Universe Year 1 in issue 1, which concludes the first year of the Ultimate Universe and sets up the next year of stories. I'm really excited for that, because it's Wolverine, Deadpool colors, but he's the Winter Soldier. How is that even going to work? And how is that going to be... No, Colossus like the big metal man in the Deadpool movies. Like, I'm excited to see how that works into the rest of the Marvel Universe. Or the rest of the Ultimate Universe. The thing that I'm liking about the Ultimate books is that I'll be completely honest. I had no idea there was a ride called the Colossus. Did not know that was a thing. I have never been. I don't think I've ever been to a... I've never been to a big theme park. Like an Alton Towers or a Thorpe Park. Never been. Went to a ship theme park in Great Yarmouth though. What's your big news? And how big is the big news? Oh! That's a good thing though, no? And also suspect I have a thyroid condition. Straight up, and this isn't me trying to devalue your potential diagnosis. I think everyone is a little bit neurodivergent. Somewhat. Because... what... like, obviously, autism is a spectrum, and there's, like... but everyone gets obsessive over some things. Everyone gets obsessive over something. Whether you get obsessive over, like, football, whether you get obsessive over comic books, over any kind of sport, over, like, EastEnders, even. I think there's a little bit of that in everyone. Yeah. Yeah, I get, and that's when you need to, like, go to your doctor or something. I'm not. I'm not saying it to try to overgeneralize. If that's what it sounds like, I'm not trying to generalize it, because obviously, like saying that is wholly disrespectful. If you say to someone who has anxiety, "Oh yeah, everyone gets nervous," that's a problem, and you shouldn't say that. But I think because the way I see it the same as the way that I see sexuality. I see it the same as the way that I see sexuality. I think the I think the base we're all I think we all start off as bisexual, and it's your personal experiences and your how you're raised that kind of it's your experience that kind of, through life that shapes your sexuality. But I do think when you're born. I don't. It's it's a slippery slope to go down, and I don't want to say anything that comes off offensive, and I don't know how to really like articulate my point without saying something that I don't mean to. If that makes sense. I'm just gonna end the conversation now. I'm I'm excited for comic book stuff coming up. I'm excited for Venom 3, if only because I thought the other two were fun, dumb movies. Neither of them are necessarily great, and neither of them are great Venom movies either. Like in terms of doing the comic book character justice. But both are certainly better than Madam Web, and both are certainly better than Morbius. So that's something, I guess. Wait, what? Is that actually going to be in the film? That's the one aspect the I think the Venom films get right that a lot of other depictions of Venom outside of the comics the I remember that being a thing. I remember that being a thing. I haven't read a comic where Eddie Brock has been pregnant.
I have read comics where the Venom symbiote has been pregnant and produced offspring. But I don't think I remember that being a thing, and I specifically remember seeing a comic book panel in a YouTube video of Eddie Brock with a baby bump. So yeah, I can't tell you what it's in. I can't even tell you whether it's an officially licensed comic book thing, an edit, or like one of those weird like children's books. Well, that Eddie made Eddie impregnated the. I know recently the symbiote made Eddie believe that he had cancer, so it faked him having cancer, or it made him have all of the symptoms of cancer. So that Eddie would be dependent on having the symbiote. We're getting into fucking heavy shit today. That was not my intention, Jesus. Do you know what? Do you know what's weird though? I looked at my YouTube analytics, and although I've noticed that chat seems to be predominantly female, it's predominantly women that I see chatting. Like those are the ones that I remember, or at least have like names that I can recognize. But apparently like my main demographic is like males between the age of 18 to 25, which is a weird freaking thing to. Apparently males between the age of 18 to 25 from the US. Like apparently, like it's skewed like 60% US, 30% UK, 10% other countries. Yeah, maybe. It's weird. I mean, I'm not all that surprised, because, like, a majority of the people who watch YouTube don't comment. That's why they're called the silent majority. It is weird that such a high percentage are from America. No. Not intentionally, anyway. If I am, I don't know about it.
Oh yeah, I do want to say I'm gonna do a video on this anyway, like to properly talk about it a bit more in depth. But we are gearing up to Thankmas at the end of the year. So every year, usually over on Twitch, I do a month-long marathon. I don't have a plan as to what I'm going to do this year for it, but I know I'm going to do something. It might just be as simple as just catching up with games that I haven't played this year. Like the new Warhammer that came out, I didn't get a chance to play that, so I might go through that in December. The new Epic Mickey remaster came out. I haven't had a chance to check that out yet. Sonic Generations X Shadow came out. I still haven't gotten around to finishing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Astrobot I haven't gotten around to yet. There's Dragon Age the Veilguard as well I haven't gotten around to. Well, that's not even out yet. It comes out next month. But that's gonna be my November game, I think. And then December I have no idea what I'm doing yet. But I've got a month. I've got a month to figure it out, and I have opened it up in the Discord as well for people to give me suggestions on what to do for that. So we've got armor. We need Pumalora. I think I've got everything else. Yeah. I think I've got everything else. Damn it. Oh, come on. Oh, bollocks. We've got another revive. Come on, please be... damn it. Chicken. Damn it.
I'm at. I'm not shotgun. That is really annoying. What do I need for the shotgun? What does the shotgun evolve with? Bear with me one sec, I will be right back.
do I want to go with Spell Strike? Even though that's a commitment that means I can't go for anything else. I don't know, honestly. I think I'll reroll. Weapon power up. I think that's the best choice I could have gone with there. Bracer is what I need to look for. But I don't need anything with Bracelet. I would like a new weapon at some point though. Might be nice. Interesting. No. I think I've done a similar thing again. I've focused too much on healing. The only thing I need now is Bracer. I don't know why I did that, but it doesn't really matter. I was going to pick it up anyway, it just meant there would have been an extra slot if I didn't pick it up now. There would have been an extra slot if I waited, basically. How's everybody doing, by the way? Hopefully we're all doing okay. Probably should have done this with the imposter, to be honest. Because then I would have killed two birds with one stone. Would have got to level 80 and would have gotten the 1 million kills as well. This whole thing about YouTube, about like live streams showing up on shorts, surely that's like a crack in the system. Surely that's like a flaw on the part of YouTube. Like, surely that shouldn't be the case, because if people are just scrolling past, which I think is what's going on with my streams, why the number of viewers keeps sticking from 1 to 0, 1 to 0. I think that might be because it's showing up in shorts for people and they're just like, nope, skip. Which is fair enough. I mean, you're watching shorts for shorts. You're not watching shorts for a live stream. Literally the opposite of what a short... The opposite of short. And I don't want my live streams to get the shorts audience. I don't have Bracer. Shit. Right. Next time we get Bracer, which I think is what we've just had. Next time we have the opportunity to pick up Bracer, we're picking it up straight away, which I think we just had Bracer, so I'm an idiot. And confusingly, bracer and bracelet are not the same thing. So the brown ones are just normal, and the silver ones are upgrades. I've been playing the game long enough to know that. How's everybody doing, by the way? Hopefully we are all good. Like I said before, we are gearing up to Thankmas in December. The whole of December is a massive thing for me, and I do need to figure out what I'm gonna be doing. I might just actually commit myself into a insane war. No, like actually commit to doing a proper marathon, because I've said I would do marathons before, and I've promised a licensed game marathon, which I half delivered, and I promised a backlog-a-thon, which I ended up clearing one game from my backlog in that time. So I think I might just do backlog-a-thon part 2. But instead of having like the audience decide or chat decide what order the games will be, I think I'm just gonna like make a rough plan in advance, which may or may not just be alphabetical order, because that's just the way that my brain works. So we'll get through as many games as I can get through in a month, in like the 25 days, just in going alphabetically. this exhilarating gameplay. I'm basically doing no damage. I'm essentially doing 0 damage. Damn it. Got the shotgun. Unlocks Ariana. Right, well... Will... Move speed increases armor. Can find special pickups. So, wing. Yeah, I will continue tomorrow. We didn't really make any progress. We didn't make much progress at all. But what we will be making progress tomorrow, because I'm not going to be so uptight and stick to the one area. I'm actually going to I'm going to focus on getting getting the characters first, and then we'll circle back, and yeah, we'll do that. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Well, tomorrow anyway, we're doing Disney Speedstorm stuff, so I will see you guys then, and then maybe I'll stream over the weekend. We'll see how it goes, but I think I might just want to spend the weekend just playing games on my own, just enjoy the weekend, and then we'll be back on Monday with either Vampire Survivors or Prince of Persia. I do need to get Prince of Persia done, so we might, when we come back on Monday, be playing that. Yeah, I will see you guys.